Hi everybody, thanks for visiting the Don't Touch My Coffee channel. This is the YouTube channel for the vacuum guy of Reddit. I am user Touch My Coffee. You can also call me Jack. I'm here to help make your life suck better. This is my first introductory video, and as I'm sure you can tell, I hate being in front of the camera and I have no idea how to behave. But together we're going to go ahead and brave through this as I show you just a few simple things that every vacuum owner should be doing at home and can easily do to help maintain proper working order of your vacuums. Now the first thing I want to talk about today is your brush roller or agitator. About once a month or so, you need to go ahead and remove this brush roller from your vacuum. You're going to want to go ahead and see your user's manual to figure out the proper way of doing that. Now once you get your brush roller out of the machine, you may or may not notice a tremendous amount of hair and fiber built up around it. The goal here is to make a brush roller look like this become a brush roller that looks like this, and that's easy to do. All you have to do is remove your brush roller, take yourself a razor knife, box knife, even an open pair of scissors works well. Set your brush roller down on one end and take your knife, cut down the length of the brush down one side, turn it 180 degrees, and do the same thing on the opposite side. Now if you're lucky like me and you have a bench grinder with a wheel brush attachment, it's real easy to just let it do the work to clean this brush roller out. Most people don't have that, so all you have to do is take your already cut hair and just pull it from the brush roller on both sides of the machine. Won't take you but a few minutes to do, and it's vitally important. Now on some brush rollers from brands like Eureka, Hoover, or even Kirby, they have what we call bearing end caps, and you need to go ahead and pull these bearing end caps off and make sure that there isn't any bound up hair, fiber, or dirt, dust, anything that might prevent the normal operation of this. When hair and stuff gets bound up inside of here, you can not only melt the plastic, having you to have to replace the brush roller end cap, but you may damage permanently the bearing itself, and in most vacuum brands that means having to replace the entire brush roller. They cost anywhere between $20 and $50 on average, so by simply doing this once a month, you can prevent that kind of damage and keep from having to go through that kind of expense. Now another thing that's really important is allowing your vacuum to breathe. All of the suction, all of the airflow in the world mean nothing if your vacuum cannot breathe. If you have a bagged vacuum, you need to regularly change your bags when they reach capacity. If your vacuum has a bag indicator light or some bag indicator mechanism of any other kind, pay attention to it and change your bags on time. Your vacuum motor relies on the air coming through that bag to cool the motor. If you regularly overfill those bags and you limit the airflow coming into the vacuum, you're overheating your motor and you're going to cause premature motor failure. It's a silly thing to do to save a few bucks on some bags. The same thing applies if you have a bagless vacuum. Bagless vacuums like Dysons, Eurekas, Bissells, they all have various filter systems that require cleaning. Some of them are washable, some of them are simply replaceable. If you have a washable filter, say like for instance a Dyson, it is vitally important that you regularly wash that filter out and never ever use any soap. Any soap residue left behind will simply attract more dirt and cause the machine to clog even faster. Wash your filters out with clear water only. Now if you've got some odor you want to get rid of, you can go ahead and soak that filter in vinegar. It doesn't matter what kind of vinegar. I like to use white wine, I'm sorry, not white wine, but white vinegar or simply apple cider vinegar. Works great, gets the stink out. Then take you something like a garden hose with a decent amount of velocity, wash all that vinegar out, make sure it's rinsing really clean. Again, no soap. And then you want to let that filter dry for a good 24 hours or so. It is vitally important that that filter be completely dry when you put it in the vacuum. If you try to run a vacuum with a wet filter, you're going to be visiting a guy like me, and most likely you're going to be buying a new vacuum. Finally, one last thing I want to talk about is taking care of your power cords. Far too many people are having to replace power cords on otherwise good vacuums because they're being lazy. First rule of thumb is stop running over your power cords. Most vacuums like Kirby's, Hoover's, even Ricars will immediately damage the insulation on your cord the moment you run over it. Either way, move the cord out of the way. Don't be lazy and let the cord last a while. Also, you should not just yank your cord from across the room out of the wall. You're going to damage the prongs on your cord and oftentimes require having to replace the cord sooner than it should otherwise have to be replaced. If you're lucky enough to have a vacuum like a Miele or one of the Hoover wind tunnel models that has a cord retractor, also take care of it. Do not let the machine just yank the cord out of the wall from across the room and then slam into the vacuum at high velocity. You're going to damage the vacuum, you're going to scuff it up, and you're going to hurt your cord. A cord winder in a Miele costs about $130. If you actually unplug it from the wall, carry it back to the machine, and then let the cord winder suck it up, that cord winder will last you at least a decade. If not, you're going to wear it out in a few years and you're going to be coming to see me. So that pretty much covers most of the basics. Keep your brush rollers clear and clean. Keep your filters replaced on time. Keep them washed if necessary, and replace your bags on time. By doing simple things like this, you're actually going to get much more life out of your vacuum, and you're not going to have to visit somebody like me as often. So I'm going to wrap it up by saying thank you. Thank you for visiting me and my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this introductory video. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and continue to like my future videos. I'm going to be doing custom videos for various kinds of machines, various issues. For those who are supporting me through my Patreon account, I will even do vacuum videos specifically for their models. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and stay away from my coffee. Thanks. Bye.